lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
And welcome back to the heart-pounding action of the Racers Elite Truck Playoffs. After an exhilarating first round, the competition has intensified as we gear up for round 2. The stakes are higher, the trucks are primed, and the drivers are ready to push their limits. Get ready for another adrenaline-filled showdown as the best of the best battle it out for a shot at the championship. Buckle up and hold on tight, and this is where the real action begins. I'm Alan Bergen, joined along with me in the Tony Sherpasso Memorial Studio just south of St. Louis, Jordan Brookhead. Jordan, how's it going, my guy?
Oh, it's going absolutely wonderful tonight as we get ready to watch these guys race and roll for the stakes here in Las Vegas. So looking forward to this, and it's certainly going to be a wild time. You know, as you enter the next round, you know, some people have already had a really good, you know, first round. So those that didn't have much of a good first round are going to be looking to try to capitalize on, you know, tonight to keep themselves within reach of, you know, moving on and having a chance for this championship.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, before we get started, we got to get one thing out of the way, some housekeeping notes. Jordan, you know, it does me great honors to introduce you, you know, finishing out this season with me and starting next season being the voice of the Tuesday Night Racers Elite Truck Series.
It's a wonderful honor. I love being around the Racers Elite group. Ton of professional racers, and they put on even some great single events, and I just ultimately love working with Racers Elite. So to be able to be the voice of the truck series next year and throughout the rest of this year, it means a lot to me, and I look forward to some great action, for years to come.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere just yet, but some so I'll be stepping away out of the booth and doing more of a behind the scenes kind of role with some racing media. But nonetheless, let's not go sap all at once here tonight, as we got 18 or 17, 18 trucks signed in rather ready to take time, as we're 3 minutes into qualifying. So without further ado, let's see who we've got on track right now. As we got Troy Thomas in that number 8 Wrangler ride, and he's out of Boone, North Carolina. Troy Thomas, a part of the SRM fold, and and on the Outsiders team, my teammate on Thursday nights. As you can see on your screen, the drivers that are highlighted in blue are the drivers that are have taken time, if you will, and some of them are not showing up for some reason. But we can get that fixed. Look, it happens all the time. There we go. There we go. Much better. Muchas better, if you will. Right now, Colonel Kirby Wainscott sits atop of the pile with a 30.50. Kinsley Smith, driver out of Tarborn, North Carolina.
Yeah, and Kinsley Smith and Blair Holloman were the fastest two in practice. So I look for these guys to set really blazing fast times here to put themselves on the pole. But we'll have to just see.
Yeah, and that's the thing about these guys is, well, yeah. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So right now, Jordan, Curtis Ecker is sitting second with, well, I say that, and then he goes to third. Trevor Woodward, however, he sits in second with a 30.51. So these times are really close here tonight, Jordan.
Yeah, and that always makes for a great night. And some interesting things, because not usual for everyone to be pretty close in time. I mean, from first to ninth, I mean, they're all within a tenth of a second. So I mean, really tight group of cars for tonight.
Right now, we're watching Brandon Honeycutt, driver out of Elizabeth, Tennessee, as he comes off of turn number 4, and he's going to use up every bit of the racetrack. And right now, he will be 11th fastest. Philip Archibald on his first lap manages to go P9 with a 30.56. Meanwhile, Lee Campbell, the driver out of Boston Spa, New York, who's in the playoffs, is right now 8th fastest. Kirby Wainscott is on the pole. So this driver here, Andrew Tuck, the chief cook and bottle washer out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, Jordan, last week just dominated IRP.
Yeah, I mean, ran away with it too, and wasn't really challenged very much at all. I mean, he just kind of took control and never really looked back.
Well, talking to him after the race last Tuesday, after his incident with a couple of drivers the Sunday prior, he said, "You know what?" He goes, "I just got in the truck with a chip on my shoulder and wins the pole and then leads the race."
Yeah, and certainly, I mean, that chip might as well have been a boulder at this point, because I mean, the hurting that he put on these guys, it was second to none. I mean, he just absolutely came out And, you know, it was almost like he never even lifted his foot off the throttle. It was like he was somehow maybe going through the corners at full speed, somehow, you know, getting through. And, I mean, he just was on fire.
He was. You know, and Blair Holloman, you know, he's been the class of the field driver out of Milton, Pennsylvania. He's been the class of the field all season long. But, oh my god, what Andrew Tuff did to the field last Tuesday night should have been illegal in like 35 states. Including Hawaii.
Just 35, though.
Just 35. So far, everybody's trying to beat Kirby Wainscott's 30.50. Is currently sitting on the pole as Brandon Honeycutt. Well, if anybody's going to beat Kirby Wainscott's time, it's going to be Blair Oliver.
Yeah, and like I said, he was one of the fastest in practice as well, if not the fastest. I know him and Kinsley Smith both ran identical times, you know, per our timing and scoring. You know, we don't get that third digit through our timing and scoring, but they were identical per the roundup. So I look for him to go number 1 or at least number 2.
And
Bang! Right to number 1.
Blair Hollerman puts it on the pole with a 30.42 on his second lap.
Yeah, he was able to get a good warm-up lap and then just take off from there.
Brandon Sanfilippo, driver out of parts unknown. Here right now, he is currently on track to do his qualifying lap as he comes down for his first time. And he is going to qualify. Well, he's going to time in nothing yet. And so far, Alex Tuft is timed in at 14th fastest. Brandon Honeycutt having a rough go here with qualifying. Brandon Sanfilippo, though, he will qualify 15th. So we got about 15 seconds left here in qualifying. I mean, look, with about 15 seconds left, as Brandon Sanfilippo is still working his second lap. And he's only going to be good enough for 15th.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's going to give Holloman his 5th pole of the year, too. And, you know, based off of stats, he's got 4 poles and 4 wins, so can he keep that that symmetry going? I know it's not necessarily meaning that he won the race he was on the pole for, but can he keep that symmetry going where it's, you know, he's got 5 poles, can he pull off that 5th win?
You know what? I mean, a track like this, I think he can do it. But we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and get down to pit road. And, you know, Jordan, I believe, as you will have our starting lineup.
Yeah, so starting off at the top of the field with his 5th pole of the year, it's going to be Blair Holloman. Beside him is going to be Kirby Wainscott, followed by Philip Archibald and Trevor Woodward in row number 2. Curtis Ecker and Truth Hoke are going to come start 5th and 6th. Dennis Kane and Kyle Hess 7th and 8th. Troy Thomas and Lee Campbell going to be in row number 5. Andrew Teft and Kinsley Smith going to be in row number 6. Followed by Jesse Fox and Alex Teft in row number 7. Brandon Sanfilippo going to be 15th. Followed by Brandon Honeycutt in 16th. Sean Merriman and Matt Metler are going to round out the field. I believe Metler and Pottle are race control for tonight, I believe. Unless Matt did not set a time.
Look, with Matt, it could go either way.
Yeah, I see that. But certainly right now as we sit, I mean, I'm going to say 17, possibly 18 cars starting here tonight. And, you know, I look for these guys to have elbows out relatively quickly.
Yeah, and as these guys get ready to get gridded up here Oh my, we're going to get cranked up to crazy here. But that's your starting lineup. Blair Holloman on the provisional pole. As we get... There we go. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your starting lineup. Jordan, thank you for that. I want to shout everybody out in the youtube.com live chat. The future... Stop asking for my name, says future site truck gonna clean up. Frostline Brace cheering on. Brandon Simflippo, Rowan Lloyd cheering on the Outsiders. Robert Yost will not be here tonight as he's watching the Steel Panthers. And Jesse Fox saying good evening. Well, Jordan, as we make your debut here tonight as the, well, not really your debut, but as the official voice of the Racers Elite Truck Series, you get to bring us the green, my friend.
Yes, certainly. And, you know, these guys are full of anticipation and some even maybe a little bit of anxiety as they roll through these corners. And, you know, you got a little bit of antsiness. You got ants in the pants ready to set these things free, but you got to wait on Blair Holloman and that pace truck as it pulls off to the left. Holloman going to roll down through to the box, and he is going to wait just a bit. He's gone. Green flag in the air, and we're racing at Las Vegas. You see Holloman already with a good lead, able to clear Kirby Wainscott fully as Kirby Wainscott looks to fall back here to about fourth and kind of under fire already again.
Yeah, Blair Holloman. Oh boy. Blair Holloman doing Blair Holloman type things. As we complete lap number 1. And there it is, right there. Blair Holloman back out to the front. Doing Blair Holloman things. Here's Philip Archibald in that number 99 truck. Getting off to a good start as we got playoff drivers spread throughout the whole field right now.
Yeah, Wayne Scott able to, you know, at least keep his third place position before getting back in line. You know, he was under fire by Ecker there, who was our bridesmaid of last week's race, coming in second and, you know, not really having a, you know, the win that he wanted, but certainly he was happy with that second place.
Yeah, I mean, look, second place in the short track is they're about to go 3 wide here, but Kinsley Smith, you know, sets the fastest lap in the race so far with a 30.48. And, oh my goodness, we're going through it. Oh, we're going through it too early for that. Ugh.
You know, and it's one of those things I feel like we can't say it's too early because a lot of these guys are going to want to be, you know, getting out of the way and getting up towards the front here and not having to worry about spots later because, I mean, it's not easy to get track position here at Vegas. I mean, it is a faster track. There are, you know, opportunities to pass, but it's still not easy by any matter or any fact. And if you're behind a playoff driver and you're trying to, you know, track him down and get by him, it's not going to be easy. And, you know, Kinsley Smith having one of the faster times in practice, he's certainly not happy where he is and where he started. Already up 4 spots from that 12th place position that he started in. So he's trying to just get back up there and, you know, he knows he can run the times that Holloman is.
Oh, yeah. You know, Kinsley Smith is just as fast as Blair Holloman. And as we're riding high above, we gave Matt Metler the keys to the drone. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I just let the booth door open. There he is, riding the drone. Matt, don't Metler the drone, okay? Whatever you do not Metler the drone. A little bit deeper in the field, mired in that 12th or the 13th position currently is last week's winner, Andrew Tuck, who absolutely dominated IRP, and well, here he is back there just outside of the top 10.
Yeah, and you know he's gonna probably just bide his time as he's already won, so he's already, you know, got his advancement. So he's got his safety, so he doesn't necessarily need to run perfect or have another win because he's already locked in. So it's just going to be, him just trying to gain momentum for himself, gain confidence, and, focus on the championship.
Yeah, as you say that, he's in the playoffs in all three of the series. In the Trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup Series. And I told him last week, I said, how cool would it be if you were to pull that off and win the championship in all three of the series? And he goes, I don't think I have a shot at that. I said, well, I believe you do.
Well, I mean, by you calling that out, certainly that threw him right under the metaphorical bus there, because you're jinxing him.
I don't think I am. We'll see. But, he already has a win here in the Truck Series. And I believe he's running good in the Xfinity Series. And I know he's running great over in the Cup Series. But here we are working lap number 9 of 105. And right now, Philip Archibald is still right there with Blair Holloman. And this is the best run that Blair Holloman's put together all season long, really.
Yeah, and he's just rolling around here. He's just biding his time, figuring out the truck, figuring out everything, and kind of figuring out what strategy he wants to go with.
We're on board with Philip Archibald, driver out of Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. And I don't know about you, Jordan. I don't know about you, Jordan, but Saskatchewan is the home of Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate. So I always think of that whenever I go on board with Philip Archibald. Hey,
well, he's definitely going to have a beast performance here to get through. Yeah, sorry, my brain went on that old, the AOL dial-up time or dial-up. It just started going. Ooh.
Oh man. Rowan, I would rather be at a Steel Panther concert. Not really, I'd rather do it. These guys are cranked up on the north side of crazy. And
I do think you need to brush yourself up on your wrestling knowledge there, sir, though.
How is it?
Because Brock Lesnar is not from Canada, my guy.
Oh, look, he said he had a farm in Saskatchewan.
Brock Lesnar's a South Dakota, South Dakotian. He's a Mississippi boy too.
I'm excited for Saturday morning. Saturday morning,
yeah.
I'm gonna get up like I was 9 years old again and turn on wrestling.
What are you talking about? I'm 9 years old every day of the week then at this point.
Right?
You got Monday Night Raw, and then you got Tuesday NXT, Wednesday AEW Dynamite, Thursday, I forget. Friday, I don't think there's anything Thursdays now. Friday is SmackDown and AEW, the other version, the shorter
Collision?
show.
No,
Collision, and then that's Saturday, yeah. Rampage,
yeah.
Rampage. And then Saturday is usually a pay-per-view once a month. It's wrestling.
Yeah, but think about it. When you get up Saturday morning, you're going to watch Bash at Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to take you back to when you were like a little child. And that's all we had was Saturday morning. We had wrestling, right? We were watching the greats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I believe that was Saturday Heat, I think
it was.
Or it was Sunday Heat and Saturday SmackDown had their version. It was like the dark match shows that got taped right before the start of.
Yeah, like the In Your House or whatever.
Yeah, but it was their version of a dark match because it wasn't actually part of the storylines or anything like that. It was like a house show. Yeah, at like, so for me, it used to be the Bob Carpenter Center over here in Delaware. So that's where, I would see house shows. That's where they would stop and have like the WWE live.
Right, and Colonel Kirby Wayne Scott there in at number 10, bigger looking good Toyota Tundra. And to your point, it's just the little things like that that take me back to my childhood. But nonetheless, I'm excited because I was traumatized when I wake up at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning and there the Macho Man is on, and he's got a cobra attached to his arm.
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
Blair Holloman is running away.
It's kind of like Triple H, John.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I
can do the oh yeah.
Look, I'm a Motorhead fan too.
Yeah, you got to bring in the cream of the crop.
So I have 3 wrestling songs on my Apple playlist. Motorhead the game, Cult of Personality, and Fozzy.
Right. Yeah, those are good ones, man. I mean, and it's just, Blair Holloman came out here and basically turned into Triple H and says it's time to play the game, and he's certainly. He even pulled out the DX. Are you ready?
Oh, we're under
a yellow flag on the track.
What happened? Truth Hope involved? What happened to Truth and Andrew Tuck happened to Truth? Oh no. As we are going to go on board with, let's see here.
Oh, the 6 came in. The 6 came in hot there. Trevor Woodward, he came in hot to the back of that.
So I want to go on board with.
That just looks like one of those. Had a little bit more of a run, and took off with it.
Oh. That was horrible. One more time, and these guys are taking the pits off. There it is. From the tailgate. Oh. It looks like one of those same real estate,
Yeah, it just looks like they both were going for the, Truth Hope was there, and Teft was just trying to get a good run off, and, it happens. You get to that little corner, and you make contact, and it's hard to just back it down and get off of the rear end there.
Meanwhile, as we were under caution, we had wholesale pit stops at Truth Hope. I don't think you had to use a fast repair.
Yeah, no, certainly he kept himself clean, so he shouldn't have needed much of anything.
No, and that's the thing is, he didn't touch anything. It was just it was a right place at the wrong time type of situation going on. But nonetheless, if we're getting these guys lined back up and back in order, so far Blair Holloman leads the race here on lap 22. Philip Archibald probably putting one of the best nights together. It's as he's running back there in second, along with Trevor Woodward, both drivers out of the Outsiders Racing stable. And this is one thing that you're going to notice in this league, Jordan, is Blair Holloman always throws it back to the great Dale Earnhardt, and definitely the GOAT of NASCAR for sure. If not the GOAT, then it's definitely in the conversation.
Oh, 100%.
Want to thank everybody for tuning in here on YouTube and making the Racers Elite Truck Series and Sim Racing Media your entertainment destination on a Tuesday night. And make sure you like, subscribe, and get those bells notifications going. Get those bells ringing so that way you're notified. So we got racing 6 nights a week, happening pretty soon here on. Here in about 17 minutes time will be the SNN Tuesday Night Truck Series, where you'll find Dave Regal hosting that. And they are actually in Milwaukee tonight. They follow the real NASCAR schedule. Tomorrow night, tune in, or WSRL, Western States Racing League with Mike Demoney. He's got Shane Fraser tonight, as they are the nightcap of Tuesday night, and they're going truck racing. I forget where they're going racing at, but they're going racing. Tomorrow night, right back here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, is the Racers Elite Xfinity Series with Angel Santiago and Troy Thomas. And then Thursday night, Sam Fraser will join Dave Regal back up in the booth for the Racers Elite Cup Series. Friday we don't have anything, and then we are off on Saturday for the Racers Elite Super Speedway Series and the Elite Cup Series. But we come right back on Sunday night with Sunday Night NASCAR at Darlington. So lots of great programming here on Sim Racing Media, and if you have a league that you want broadcasted, reach out. You'll get contact with myself or the Chief Pick and Bottle Washer, Jonathan Leach, or even a one-off event. Or if you think you got the gift of gab, or you just like to hear yourself talk, reach out. We're always looking for commentators and producers. And I found Shane Lake at a race in Talladega and took him out, and he battles back, and well, next thing you know, he's got a job at Sim Racing Media. But nonetheless, here on lap 25 of 105, Barney gets that green flag out. The iRacing.com pace car makes that hard left turn. Holloman, Archambault on the front row through the Geico restart zone, and we are back to green flag racing from Las Vegas.
Yeah, Holloman gets a good jump, catches him sleeping a little bit there, as Trevor Woodward's going to look to the inside of Archibald there. And he's going to clear Archibald going into turn 1.
Yeah, Trevor Woodward in that throwback Budweiser scheme all the way back to the Bud Board days.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a Budweiser scheme. It's definitely a throwback, but you can definitely go wrong by drinking Budweiser. I mean, I'd rather drink motor oil from Napa Auto Parts, from Kensley Smith's truck, than drink a Budweiser.
You had to go there.
What? Oh, that's right. You like Budweiser.
I'm from St. Louis. Hello. We have to like
and
Budweiser.
I'm from Maryland. Like, that doesn't mean I like. That's a lie. I do like crabs. I'm a Maryland guy, so.
Well, the only crabs that these guys like is on the crab table. Blair Holloman sets the fastest lap of the race with a 30.46 so far, working lap 27, and he's almost out to half second over Kensley Smith. Blair Holloman doing what he does all season, essentially. Yeah,
but certainly, I mean, just to what I was saying, Kensley Smith found his way to second through all that, the caution and everything like that, and, just working his way up through the field. And, now his fastest time is just 200ths off of, Holloman's, so.
As it looks like they're getting into the flying V formation, here comes Alex Teff, one half of the Teff brothers, and just as we said that, Philip Archibald and Trevor Woodward are battling side by side. These guys are going to get cranked up to crazy. And Oh, come on now. Come on. Because we got a 5-truck battle. And that's going to be for 4th position. Kirby Wainscott.
Oh, Kirby Wainscott got really close to the 6 of Woodward there.
Almost put a little too much hawk and not enough tool to get by,
I am so tired of that meme. I wish I could get famous for something dumb like that. Like, I wish the music to his eyes, thing that I like to throw out there was something dumb enough that it got put on T-shirts and everything like that and got viral. She got offered $20,000 just to be on a radio show for 7 days or 5 days or something for a week, and I was like, "Give me half that. I'll be on there for the whole entire month."
You know the sad part is, she was a daycare teacher.
Yeah.
She taught preschool.
Yeah. And now she's got nothing to worry about.
Caden checking in, saying he loves him a good crab cake. Look,
I'm telling you.
The only crab I'm into is Mr. Krabs and bottom of the ocean, hanging out with SpongeBob.
Well, see, that's where, you mess up even more. Oh, as Kirby Wainscott gets right up to the door of Woodward, and now he's under pressure from Ecker, going to give him a shot there. And, I wish I could explain to you how good a beer and crab cake, or just crabs in general, whether it's crab cakes, like cracking open a crab itself, you're not Maryland unless... Oh!
Whoa! Oh no! Trevor
Woodward.
Oh no. Trevor Woodward. Oh my. And that's going to bring out caution number 2. As we're going to go high up in the drone for this one. Oh, it looks like he checked up. He got into the back of Alex Taft. Philip Archibald checked up and then takes Trevor Woodward with him. We're going to go on board this time with... And this is going to be the nose cam on Philip Archibald's truck. There's the hit. Oh. Trevor Woodward was nowhere to go.
Not at all. And I mean, it was just all like that chain reaction there. He bumped Teft, and, it kind of sent him backwards. And then, San Filippo's not expecting that checkup there. So he gets into the back of Archibald, and, he's just along for the ride there.
So this is what... oh! Yikes. Well, that is one crinkled up beer can.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we are under caution for the second time here in lap 34. And, it's been Blair Hollerman the whole time. We got wholesale pit stops going on. As Blair Hollerman, I believe, stayed out. That is definitely different.
Yeah, but I mean, he's only been out there with that set of tires and everything for about 13 laps, so, it's going to be older and he might have a little bit of a struggle. But if he can get a good jump, get out front, and, ultimately hit these guys with a lot of dirty air, which also I'm looking here, 2nd to 6th was a rather short pit stop, about a 6 seconds. So I'm going to guess those guys came down, got a top off of fuel, and you don't see your first set of tires or damage fixed until Alex Teft in 7th, and then Lee Campbell, Troy Thomas most likely taking tires there. Dennis Kane, Andrew Teft, Truth Hoke, Curtis Ecker, all probably taking tires. It looks like Ecker was on pit road for a long time. Not sure what happened there for him.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring up Blair Hollerman into the booth. Blair Hollerman, it's Jordan Allen up in the SRM booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, look, man, right now you're leading this piece as we're going to get ready to get lined up Noah's Ark style. Take us through this first 35 laps. What are you feeling out there in the truck? And one, where do you get the inspiration for your paint schemes at?
I usually watch like classic NASCAR races, so if I see a paint scheme that catches my attention, I try to mimic it the best I can. But the first 35 laps, track doesn't feel too bad. 1 and 2 is really it's really gradual to arc off into, but 3 and 4, you can feel the truck scrub going into 3, and as you transition over into turn 4, you can also feel it scrub again. So it's trying to save tire as you go through 3 and 4 is like pretty much the big deal there. But it's looking more like clean air is kind of key around here, so just trying to stay up front the best you can. Regardless, we have 2 pit stops left in this race, so it's just try to get through those the best you can. And if we get down to the final 10 and there's a caution, we still have a set of tires to put on it. So hopefully it turns out well tonight.
Well, look, man, we're gonna go ahead and get you back down to your studios. I know you're flying solo tonight. Roland Lloyd shouts you out and says good luck. Good luck to you, and hopefully we'll see you on the other end of this, other side of this race here tonight as we get you lined up 2x2.
Thank you, guys. I'll catch you.
And that was Blair Holloman, driver out of the Zoo Yost Racing Stable. And Jordan, you know, what a ride he's had this season. You know, started the season off in pretty much just dominating fashion. But nonetheless, we're going to get ready to come to green, and you get to bring us back to green.
Yeah, and certainly, you know, dominating fashion. I mean, he has 4 total wins on the season, 5 poles, as we talked about earlier. You know, and just about every race being in the top 5, and every race he's been in the top 11. So, I mean, phenomenal year so far. I mean, to say that you're 11 for 11 in top 10s, I mean, that's like NASCAR early 2000s type consistency from like Mark Martin and you know, some of those guys where they would be close to a championship and never actually have won. So we're going to see that pace truck going to turn off hard left here in just a moment. Going to give the reins over to Blair Holloman. Going to roll towards that zone and try to catch these guys sleeping again as he takes off. Kensley Smith, kind of a little bit of a bobble there, a little bit of a slip. He's going to gap these guys almost by half a second before hitting turn 1.
Yeah, Blair Holloman already out to a half a second lead almost. But nonetheless, here comes Brandon Sinfootball and Kensley Smith. And guess what? They're bringing Brandon Honeycutt with them. Justin Fox right there in that number 69 truck, battling pretty hard with Alex Theft. They're going to go side by side for a couple of laps. And, you know, we're working lap number 37 of 105. And, wow, these guys, back to about Curtis Eckler, they're getting cranked up crazy.
Yeah, certainly getting cranked up, and you know, these guys have never really turned it down. I mean, even under the pace laps, that you can tell that there's some kind of antsiness to get rolling.
Yeah, and you know, here at lap 38 of 105, you would think that these guys would want to start logging laps of you know, Kyle Hess there in the number 68 truck rocking the Black Rifle Coffee Company. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I can get behind it.
Not a coffee drinker. I don't know how I would survive without coffee.
I drink sweet tea.
I mean, so do I.
Papa Sean Merriman is your official race winner of, or wins the race to the beer stand officially.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I'm not sure what even really happened to Merriman.
I have no idea. As well, second verse, same as the first. Nonetheless, Curtis Eckler sets the fastest lap of the race so far with 30.45. Looking lap number 40 coming off turn 40. They get lap number 41, and I can tell you, Jordan. I mean, so far, what, 2 cautions were caused, 2 hard licks from both drivers involved, and Frost Lane Brace, I'm not sure who you're with. You're either with me or Jordan. I don't drink coffee. I never have really. Kirby Wainscott setting a fast lap with a 30.40, and I want to know the secret recipe to that truck.
If I don't have a coffee within the first 15 to 30 minutes after I wake up, don't talk to me. I mean, simple as that. Wait until at least noon to speak to me, because I don't want to be bothered until I have coffee. And if I don't have coffee, I don't know when I'm going to be ready to deal with anything.
Nice one, stop until after the second cup. Well, I tell you what, right now they're having a party up here and it's Blair Holloman, and he is, you know, look, we're less than a half a second away. The eyeball test, Brandon Football is not letting him get away. Okay, Frostline braces with you on the coffee. They gotta have.
Oh yeah, see, you know, because we're normal people of society. Alan, I don't know if you know this, but I think you're from another planet.
I'm from another planet that likes Gold Peak sweet tea.
Brother, make it yourself. Oh my lord.
Hey, at 4 o'clock in the morning when
you're in St. Louis, brother. You're in St. Louis. You might as well be considered the South.
Madison cheering on Brandon Football, who's currently running in that second position, and my gosh.
Brother, my sweet tea is, I'm still stuck on that. My sweet tea is homemade. I make it every time I have to. I'm the only one that drinks it. I drink a gallon within 2 days. And it's got enough sugar to give, I don't know, get you diabetes.
Well, so I used to be a soda drinker. And I stopped doing that a year ago. I don't even know what the soda tastes like now. And a lot of people are like, well, how'd you do something like that with soda? I said, look, you treat it like quit smoking, right? After a while, you just don't even think about it anymore.
See, I just can't get away from the sweet tea, though. I can get away from everything except sweet tea.
Yeah, sweet tea is my kryptonite. Look, I've done unsweet tea, and then once you get past the fact that it's unsweet, not so bad.
Nope. Nope. No. Sweet. If it doesn't have sugar in it, I'm throwing it at the wall. I hate when I say, can I get a sweet tea at a restaurant? And they go, is unsweetened okay? No, it's not okay. I asked for sweet.
I will short circuit at a restaurant.
What's that?
I will short circuit at a restaurant.
Oh, I mean, me too.
Like,
if they don't have sweet tea, they're like, well, I can get you some sugar. It doesn't melt.
It doesn't. It's not the same. Look, it's a little unsweet until you get to the bottom 1/3 of the cup. And then, okay, now there's a pile of sugar. What do I do with this? Look, just give me the unsweet tea, give me a bunch of lemons, we'll be call it good.
Oh, now you're making me angry.
I mean,
as we sit here, Holloman, he's about to be under fire from Alex Teff, which, you know, I was telling you, Alex Teff was one of the guys that I thought took tires there. And Ecker as well spent 40 seconds on pit road. So, you know, these two are fresh tires versus the rest of the field behind them right now.
Yeah, Alex Teff strapping on the hairnet, getting ready to serve Blair Holloman lunch is, well, I think last week after Andrew dominated IRB, Alex goes, challenge accepted. 7th position, as he's got shuffled all the way back. Well, 2-7. He only lost 5 spots. I think it's a strategy move where he was going to go and ride around and then wait for it and you know, let the race come to him.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, Holloman's just going to play defense and, you know, try to hold these guys off, but I don't think he's going to put off a big fight off for these guys. And, you know, everyone that's on that, you know, fuel stop they're going to be able to just kind of run a little bit longer than Holloman and, you know, just kind of get on a different sequence than to him.
Well, there's your eyeball test. That's the gap between Taft and Holloman there. As Taft is, oh my, driver out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. He's got to run. He's challenging for the lead. We're going to go wide view. There it is. And he's getting some drafting help from Curtis Eckert. Both drivers in the Chicken Coop Racing stable. Oh, regroup and try it again.
And see, that's going to be the thing is Holloman's going to be able to carry momentum being on that higher line. So he's going to be able to carry a lot more momentum than Teft is going to be able to as he drives off the corner. So you see here, he gets a large drive.
There you
but
go.
Holloman's going to have that top line, be able to roll a little bit better, and have a lot more momentum off corner.
And that's the thing, too, is now if you're Alex Teft, you try to force Holloman to start using up more of his equipment.
Yeah, I mean, that's you at this point need to just kind of chill out here because, you know, Teft's going to end up burning his stuff up trying to get past Holloman, although he is ahead here, not going to have enough to pull a slide job. Holloman going to fight back on the outside, but this time Teft is on the inside again instead of being trailing. So this is going to be a test here. Can Teft get that drive off that he was getting? He's going to drag race side by side down into turn one. He's going to have a lot better of an entry here.
There he goes. There he goes. Oh.
Still, you know, Holloman's still fighting on the outside.
Man. And while those two are battling side by side, it's going to allow Lee Campbell and Curtis Eckert and even Kyle Hess to catch up to Holloman and Teft and make it essentially a 5-truck battle for the lead. Oh my word. Well, I can tell you right now, Blair Holloman is definitely in. Alex Teft is definitely making this one exciting. Here comes Lee Campbell though on the outside. And
Holloman going to go into pit road now.
Green flag pit stops are underway.
So Holloman going to surrender the lead here and give it over to Lee Campbell.
Tiny Dog Racing checking in. Damn great race for the lead. Julia says, let's go. Baby, number 43. Frostbite Brace agreeing with Tiny Dog Racing. Tiny Dog Racing says 5 cars now. Exclamation point.
Yeah, and I mean, 3 of those guys have fresh tires, and, you know, Lee Campbell, he was down, but he was only there for 4 seconds. I don't know if, you know, maybe he's made 3 pit stops, so I'm guessing he probably did a top off. But, you know, these top 4 have at least new tires. Andrew Teft would be the next guy and doesn't have brand new tires because, I mean, he's sitting with a 5-second pit stop. So, I mean, the top 4 definitely have fresh tires. Andrew Teft not too far behind them. But, oh, we're going to see Hess going to dive to the inside there of Teft now.
Yeah, Alex Teft in that number 43 truck. Up 12 spots, and well, here comes Kyle Hess in that number 68 truck as Curtis Eckert is going to dive it off on the pit road. You know, Jordan, you've raced here at Vegas on the sim. How hard is it to get off the track and on the pit road?
It comes up on you quick, certainly. I mean, you've got to basically, to have a quick pit stop, got to time it just right to get down to pit road speed because it veers off rather hard to the left. So you got to get woed up, but not, slow enough that you end up costing yourself a lot more time than you would have. So it's not an easy pit road by any means.
Right now, Blair Holloman sits one lap down. He would be the lucky dog, if you will. As he's probably going to try to get his lap back to Harvard. Andrew Tuff, the other half of the Tuff brothers, currently riding fourth, up 7 spots from where he started, and this is the point where we're going to start cycling pit stops. As I would suspect that the other teams that came in on that last caution can go a little bit further than Holloman and Lane Scott and Archibald and Eckler.
Yeah, we see Blair Holloman. He's currently 1 lap down after making that pit stop. And, he's going to be on fresher. But he's going to have to wait for these guys to pit to see if that even works out for him.
Yeah, he's working up 63 down the back straightaway. And right now, Alex had to slip on the hairnet and getting ready to serve Lee Campbell some lunch here. I wonder what Campbell would eat for lunch. What would Lee Campbell eat for lunch?
Campbell's chicken noodle.
Okay. Hey, look, that's like the OG soup right there.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I was talking to a lady at work, and I said, look, if you're gonna make tomato soup, you better have grilled cheese right next to it.
Yeah, and I'm hearing now that Andrew Teft and Sam Filippo are going to be pitting this time around, along with Jesse Fox.
And, well, as you say that, there's Andrew Teft, Truth Hope, Sam Filippo, Dennis King, Jesse Fox, all coming down pit road. Got lap number 65.
Yeah, I was listening in there, and I heard once Sam Filippo made the call to come to pit road, I immediately heard Teft and Fox queue up immediately.
Well, right now, Brendan Honeycutt and Alex Tuff are tied for your biggest movers of the race. Look, I stopped trying to figure out these guys' pit strategies a long time ago.
And yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, is with cautions, they change on the fly. You could go in, thinking, all right, I want to split this one in this amount of laps so that I can run this one in this amount of laps. As you see, Holloman works Hess up the track, and he's going to pass him, trying to get back his lap the old-fashioned way.
I mean, sometimes you got to do that. We now have 5 cars on the lead lap. Blair Holloman, as Jordan mentioned. Well, yeah, he's gonna do it the old-fashioned way. No lucky dogs needed.
Yeah, and the thing that's gonna end up working in Holloman's favor is, as I say that, these 3 are gonna dive off in the pit road right now. I was gonna say the longer these guys stay out and allow Holloman to get going was gonna make Holloman's gap larger. Over those guys. So you see right now, he's got about a 24-second lead over Kirby Wainscott. So when he comes out of pit road, I mean, these guys are going to be behind him.
Yeah, you definitely.
You see now, Holloman's going to be working, coming down to the line here just in a moment. There he goes now. These guys are still in pit stalls. Teft leaves first. And now everyone but Troy Thomas is already on the way out. Troy Thomas is on his way out now. So you can see that massive gap. About 5 seconds over Kirby Wainscott right now. Almost 6 seconds over Kirby Wainscott.
Maybe a speeding penalty? I don't know.
No, he's on the same schedule as Holloman, but Holloman just, one, being the faster guy, laying down times quicker, consistently able to gap him there, and then those guys staying out just as long as they did allowed Holloman to, catch up in a sense.
Well, now it's a 6-second gap from Holloman to Wainscott. But Jordan, what we're going to do right now is we're going to step aside, go side by side, so you guys won't miss a thing on Sim Racing Media. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jordan Barkel and Alan Jordan with you, bringing you all the action of the Racing Elite Truck Series. As we're working up 76 of 105, and once again Blair Holloman doing Blair Holloman type things as he is, well, back out front.
Yeah, and he's grown that to a 7-second lead over Wainscott now, but I wouldn't look anywhere else. But the 15 of Kensley Smith is on a charge here.
You say that, and I think if there's anyone that could probably run down Blair Holloman, it would probably be Kensley Smith or Kirby Wainscott. As Truth Hoke, he's looking to play spoiler. Not in the playoffs, but can still play spoiler. As here's 3 wide coming to the trial. Oh my. That's the kind of racing that you'll see here at Las Vegas. Trevor Woodward still down 1 lap as he is started out running really good and just not had the night to finish off what would be a good run.
Yeah, and Kensley Smith had trouble getting by Truth Hoke, so now he falls back to the clutches of Kyle Hess, and now Alex Teff, my apologies, looking to try to get past Kinsley as well, but just kind of stuck in between, behind the two of these guys, not really able to make any runs. He's going to look to go three wide here. Gets a little loose, probably going to keep going, actually. I was going to say he might back out just to kind of reset, but Kinsley Smith drifting up, might have grabbed a little contact there.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? So Blair Hub is out to almost 7.5 second lead over Truth Hope. And you got, Smith, Tuft, and Hess going 3 wide. Here, lap number 80. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and Holloman, this is, for a lack of better terms, music to his eyes, seeing these guys run 3 wide here and, fight each other for this second place position, because it's just going to allow him to, gradually increase his lead.
Music to his eyes.
I mean, he can't hear him. So, I mean, it's music. It can't be music to his ears. It's music to his eyes.
Jordan, you should copyright that.
I just might. I may actually make some merchandise for that, too.
Oh, goodness. The company takes their annual trip to Florida. You should probably make a shirt just for Jonathan Leach.
Well, I will be there for sure, so it's going to be interesting, to say the least. I don't know if anyone's ready for me.
I don't think Miami's ready for you, Jonathan Leach, or Dave Regal.
Oh yeah, the 3 of us are going to be a dangerous triple threat there. And then you add in everybody else too. I mean, it's, some of the other guys seem a little bit more tame, but...
Let me ask you this. Is there enough liquor in Miami for you 3?
Maybe. We'll have to see. I mean, depends.
They'll sober up the day of... They'll go to the race just to sober up.
No, I mean, we'll be baking. I mean, we'll have to sweat the liquor out at that point.
I mean, look, it's Miami in November.
It's still going to be hot to me.
Sure.
I'd live for that 40-degree weather.
I mean...
San Filippo made a call. He's coming down pit road, so I look for probably Teft, and Kyle Hess makes a quick move down to pit road as well. So
do what the other guy's gonna do. As we were working lap 85, it's all Alex stuff, and guess what? Blair Howman lap down. She says no, lucky dog needed it, and he sets the fastest lap with a 30.38.
Yeah, he just came down pit road and about 4 laps ago. So I mean, he's got fresh tires, full tank of gas for the next 20 laps. I mean, he's got to run down this pack basically twice now. So
I mean, he was out to a 7-second lead as we were down to 20 laps to go. He's up to a 7-second lead, 7.5 seconds. And, well, Alex Tuff there in that number 43 truck. About a second and a half over Truth Hope as we have 20 laps left in the books.
yeah, and my first question is, can they make it? And by the looks of it, I mean, Andrew Teft coming down pit road now, I don't think these guys can make it. But Holloman on the, in the tire tracks of Alex Teft, going to look to the inside, going to have a good drive off. He's going to be side by side, and he may actually hinder Alex Teft from getting to pit road here, but Teft backing off there. So Honeycutt's going to come down now too, per the call on the track.
Blair Holloman has gotten his lap back twice already.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that he has this. I think what I believe it was Tiny Dog Racing. He said Holloman and Ecker might have made good decisions, and I mean, I'm right there with him because Troy and Alex Teft are both going to have to pit here, and as Alex Teft stays out on the racetrack, the longer he stays out, the bigger the gap that Holloman's going to have to grow over that.
Yeah, Kinsley Smith is 3 laps down. I don't know what happened to him for Kinsley to get behind, but he's definitely behind, and so that's not going to go well in the points. Alex Teft is definitely looking to play spoilers. There's wholesale pit stops going on, and there's 3 trucks on the lead lap now with 17 to go. And to your point, also, is these guys, I believe the guys that are a lap down could not make it on fuel.
Yeah, so I mean, Holloman and everyone behind him currently have already made pit stops here on the racetrack. So the only ones that have not made pit stops are Troy Thomas and Alex Teft, who are currently our 1-2 positions right now. And like I said, the longer that I think Teft and Thomas stay out, the bigger that the lead is going to be when they hand it over to Blair Holloman.
I mean, 15 laps to go. Do you risk it, and do you put it all on black and risk it? I mean,
for Teft, he's got nothing to lose, so why not? Alex Teft, that is. I don't want people to get mistaken by Andrew Teft. I can't even say a Teft because it's still the same person. But Teft 43, he's got nothing to lose. So if he's even just within a lap, why not go for it? But Troy Thomas, I think he needs he's going to need points. I mean, he's sitting towards the back of this playoff. So he's currently sitting in the 9th place position in the playoffs. So I mean, he's going to need those points. And I mean, maybe this is his Hail Mary. Maybe he thinks that he can get to the end. And again, if he's just 1 or 2 laps within that window, he might just go ahead and send it. I mean, he's got about a 14-15 second lead over Holloman. So he's just got to hold that and not let basically not lose a second a lap to Holloman for the next 13 laps.
Yeah, absolutely. 13 laps to go. Troy Thomas, Alex Teft is your leader, and Blair Holloman, who's some 25 seconds behind Troy Thomas and Alex Teft. And Troy Thomas is, got 12 laps to go. And like you said, you got to do something. You got to throw the Hail Mary. And, I mean, I think it's worth a shot, even if you cross the line and run out of gas.
Yeah, and for Thomas, I mean, again, he's got a 24-second lead over Sanfilippo here too. So if he can make it, I mean, or he's got a full lap over Sanfilippo, but
well, now you can see that interval between Troy Thomas and Blair Holloman just start to shrink.
Yeah, and I mean it's only down to 12 seconds. It was 14 seconds the previous couple of laps, so he's still maintaining. He just can't lose more than a second a lap at this point. And right now, I mean, he's in that prime position, and I mean, he's just going to have to hope that he can make it. And I mean, even, best case scenario for Troy Thomas would be the fact that, Alex doesn't make it and he does, because then that puts him in a win position. He jumps right up from basically being 9th in this playoffs to going right to being locked in.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. So we move forward to the playoffs. Every point matters in this playoff scenario. If they follow the 2011 style chase, so. And right now, I'm watching watching the live timing, it's just the interval is just shrinking.
Yeah, I mean, he's down to about 10 seconds ahead of Holloman here, so he is, you know, if he keeps losing about a second a lap, he's going to be within the crosshairs of Holloman.
Now we got 8 laps to go. Okay, has the sands of the hourglass run out for Blair Holloman to even pass 1, Troy Thomas, and 2, catch Alex Tubbs?
And there goes Alex Teff down the pit road. So I don't think Troy Thomas is going to make it. So I think Troy, he's just going to run this thing dry and hope that he can, by the grace of whatever he believes in, make it to the end.
I mean, you have to. Alex Tepp is playing with house money. Troy Thomas certainly needs points.
Yeah, and like I said, Troy Thomas, he's playing with the money that's in his pocket. So
I think he's gonna let it ride, and I think Troy Thomas would just put all his chips. He just went all in.
And here he comes.
Oh no! Well, ladies and gentlemen.
So 7 laps short. Holloman gonna be taking over the lead here, and he's gonna have a massive, massive, massive lead over San Filippo. 11 seconds over San Filippo right now.
Yeah, 6 laps to go. Coming into this 1-2 complex, and well, there you have it. 11 seconds. That's the interval, and 6 laps to go.
Yeah, and all he's hoping for is that none of these guys lose it and throw a caution. Because if a caution comes out, he's a sitting duck. I mean, you're gonna have all these guys right behind you. Some of them possibly taking tires. A couple of them are splash and goes, like Troy Thomas. He had just a quick splash and go. But it looks like Ecker possibly took tires. Oak took tires a little bit later than Holloman, so he's just hoping these 5 laps go without any issues.
Yeah, 5 laps to go, 5 flanges in the air. Blair Holloman coming to get 4 to go, and he is out to that 11-second lead, almost 11 and a half, over Brandon Sanfilippo. And Brandon Sanfilippo needs a small miracle and or a caution to be able to have anything for Holloman. Holloman does what Holloman does, and like we've seen it just dominate this league to no end. A little bit deeper in the field as we were working 4 to go. Kyle Hess in that 3rd spot. And there's Brandon Sanfilippo just on the corner of your screen. Up 13 spots, holding tight on that 2nd spot. So we got 3 laps to go.
Yeah, and Holloman's still holding a massive lead over these guys. So right now it's just a race for 2nd place right now. And wouldn't it be great for Teff's, his confidence, being able to get past these guys and basically finish 1-2 back-to-back weeks.
Well, look, we got Popsicle 6 in the air. Brandon Sanfilippo is, currently 2nd, and this is anybody's game. Truth's hook so far, if he can hang on, he would be on the podium, and he is like, I'm pulling for Truth. I know he don't have a shot to win right now, but he's got a shot at the podium as he's working the inside of Kyle Hess. As we got white flag lap, Blair Holloman through the current 1-2 complex one more time. Down the back straight, or down the 3-4. Off of turn number 4, and Blair Holloman takes the checkered flag here in Las Vegas. And Brandon Sanfilippo finished second. Kyle Hessel round out your podium. Andrew Tetzel finished fourth. Truth Hope rounds out your top 5. Out of Middletown, Pennsylvania, Blair Holloman parks it in Victory Lane. In Jordan, we are going to go ahead and get our drivers up here. And we will go ahead and talk to Blair Holloman. Blair Holloman, driver out of Middletown, Pennsylvania, picks up the checkered. Blair, how's it going, my man?
Oh, it's going good.
Hey, look. You pick up the win once again in dominating fashion. Take us through that race and what was going through your mind as you know you just steadily started picking away at the lead that Alex and Troy Thomas had?
Yeah, that last pit stop sequence, I knew I was a little bit behind the 8-ball pitting really early compared to everybody else, but I knew putting 4 tires on the car that pretty much I'm not lifting. I gotta hunt them down, I gotta get my lap back, and I at least gotta get far enough ahead when the other guys that were close to me on the pit stops. I cycle far enough ahead when they get back on the lead lap, my worn out tires, I'm just too far ahead, and thankfully it worked out well.
Well, look, man, once again, congratulations on the win. But now we move close, further into the playoffs. So what's the strategy as we move deeper into the playoffs?
Yeah, with these next 3 tracks, I'm kind of concerned. I know North Wilkesboro, I think we're still the old scan, but that being a short track, I know that's Teff's wheelhouse. So that's the type of race that I just need to stay close enough to him in the sense of, like, if he's leading, I can't be too far back. Like, I would like to be somewhere in the top 5, hopefully, as long as I don't end off the front end of somebody's truck. But Kansas and Texas, honestly, I have no idea what to expect. With this new aero model, I don't run officials, so I haven't ran Kansas yet with this new aero model. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I have no idea what to expect.
All right, man. Before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you'd like to thank that helped get you here tonight?
Yeah, although he's not here, I'd like to thank the team captain. I know Yost is enjoying an evening with his lady, so I can't fault him for that. Happy wife, happy life. But my dad, who's watching at home, on the truck, I know we're running a Harvick throwback, but there's a couple of sponsors on there. Holloman Napa Auto Parts, my cousin Tad, ACR Recycling with my buddy Brian Lefevre, and Macro Tools on the side there. It's from my tool distributor, Roy Salisbury. Those are guys that get me here every week, and I try to do my best so they at least feel proud to support me.
All right, brother, man. We will congratulations on the win. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you.
Yeah, and that is driver out of Zuyos Racing, Blair Holloman. And Jordan, we're going to have you talk to Brandon Sanfilippo.
Brandon Sanfilippo, it's Jordan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
So you there towards the end, you had a group of guys that were trying to basically just work for that second best second best of the night, and you come away with it. And in that moment, I mean, what's going through your head?
In that moment, I just wanted to stay on the bottom and let off into the turns, hopefully save some tires. And I was only going to let him pass me on the outside, and I knew that'd heat up his tires and heat them up too. So I knew if I just stayed to the bottom and let off, entering definitely three there and not getting on too early, I could hopefully hold it. And I guess, I think they had 1 or 2 lap fresher tires than me, but I think that made the difference sticking to the bottom.
Yeah, and you come in and you're the biggest mover of the night by far. I mean, you're up 13 spots from where you qualified, and was it just kind of figuring out the track as the race went, or what changed from qualifying to the race?
Qualifying just didn't go nearly what I wanted, and I didn't even get my second lap to count. So I qualified in the back, unfortunately, but I mean, the game plan was really the same. I mean, this is a track in trucks where you can hold it wide open, or you can flip the throttle going into turns 1 and 3, and you're going to give up a little initial time, but you'll save tires. So that definitely helped. I think if I would have took tires on that first caution, I could have been up there and maybe got Blair, but I skipped tires in case there was a late caution. Then I would have had a fresh set and blew them out there. But anyways, I'm happy with second. Good race, good clean race by all, so it was fun.
Yeah, and my one final question here, you're sitting currently fourth before adding the results to this race to your points, and with Kensley Smith having a rather difficult day, finishing in 15th. That should, put you up into that third place position. And does that really change how you run or how you look to run, next week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the goal is not to let Blair win. If he gets any more bonus points, I mean, he pretty much seals the deal. So, anybody but Blair. But no, I definitely, I think next week is Charlotte in the trucks, and I'm pretty comfortable at Charlotte, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, certainly want to wish you good luck with that and congratulations on the second. And before we send you on your way, is there anybody you got to shout out or thank for tonight's performance?
Yeah, all my family and friends who are watching, you guys for putting on the show, Alex Staff for putting on the league, and special shout out, I had a new paint scheme tonight. I don't know if you noticed. It was the Future Sight Optometry, Dr. Fardink from Richmond, Virginia. If anybody's in that area, heck of an eye doctor. I haven't gone, well, I've gone, but I haven't had my eye prescription really changed in the last 10 years. And he made some minor adjustments, got some new specs, and I'm seeing clearer than ever. So shout out to Dr. Fardink in Richmond, Virginia. Definitely a good eye doctor if you're in that area.
Well, Brandon, he definitely did shout you out too in the YouTube.com live chat. So
nice.
All right, Jordan.
Well, I appreciate it, guys.
All right, Brandon, we'll go ahead and get you back down to your team. It's Driving Extreme Inc. And congratulations on that second place finish.
All right, thank you, guys.
And last but certainly not least, Jordan, third place finisher, Kyle Hess. As soon as I get things to flop right there. Perfect. Kyle Hess finishing third here tonight, and what a run.
I was going to say, what down the show?
That was.
Oof. I'm tired and I'm hungry. Man.
Well, definitely the hungry part I am.
I hear you there.
But anyways, up 5 spots, not quite. You made it on the podium. There, Dan, you were battling pretty hard with Truth Hook. Take us through that battle and what more you probably needed out of the track to maybe finish 2 spots further.
Man, it was... Truth just had better tires than me there at the end. That's basically Brandon and I think we were on the same tires, and I think Andrew had fresher tires too. And then really, it was if I didn't hold them off, I was going to be, what would that be, 5th? Yeah, I'd been 5th if I didn't end up holding them off. But I just thank my teammate Truth. We were racing pretty hard there, and I haven't gone back to see what happened, but I thought he was going to get me right there.
Yeah, nonetheless, and being a playoff driver, it's got to do well for your confidence, especially heading into the deeper part of the playoffs.
Yeah, especially after last week. Got caught in the middle of the pit cycle and got some caught laps down, and I was having a decent race. I was top 10. I think I was in the top 10 when I pitted, and I came out and I was like 2 laps down, and I was 17th or 19th or something like that, and I couldn't really recover from IRP. So I had a bad points night then. So this definitely helps from last week to this week.
So look, man, before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you'd like to thank to help get you here tonight?
I just like to thank the league, Andrew, and everyone what they do to keep it going. And I appreciate all the other drivers in this league. I haven't really had any issues. Everyone's pretty respectful, and like we race each other hard, but it's pretty clean most of the time. And that's all I ask for out of the league. So.
All right, Kyle, we're going to get you back down to the Outsiders, and we'll celebrate that team win, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, boss. You have a good night.
You too, and that is Kyle Hess, driver of the Outsiders. And Jordan, I mean, what a race this was tonight. 2 cautions, 105 laps. As we get ready to go ahead and run down those final finishing results here. Blair Holloman will pick up the win here, sitting with Brandon Sanfilippo finishing second. Rounding out your podium is Kyle Hess. Andrew Tutt will finish 4th. Truth Hook will round out your top 5. Finishing 6th will be Lee Campbell. Colonel Kirby Wayne Scott will finish 7th. Alex Seth will finish 8th. Brendan Honeycutt will finish 9th. And Curtis Ecker will round out your top 10. Finishing 11th will be Jesse Fox. While Trey Thomas finishes 13th. Philip Archambault finishes 13th. 14th will go to Trevor Woodward. Kinsley Smith will finish 15th. 16th will go to Dennis Kane. And winning the race to the beer stand, and 17th will be Sean Merriman. Want to thank Chantel Pottle for doing race control tonight, as Matt Metler didn't even take the field or the green. And that's going to just about do it from Las Vegas. Shane or Jordan, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, certainly. I'm going to be excited to see how these points, flip out here. Is Kensley Smith, finishing 15th? He's only going to get about, I want to say, if I can do quick math, about 14 less points than Sanfilippo got. So looking around 28 points for tonight. So that's going to put him behind the ball, behind Sanfilippo. And then, with finishing 2 spots ahead of Andrew Teft, he's going to close the gap there on Andrew Teft as well. As he came into this race being 6 points behind Teft, he's going to only be now 4 points behind Teft, and he's going to jump Kensley Smith for 3rd place. But Holloman's going to extend his lead by 7 or 8 points on Andrew Teft. A really tight battle still. Holloman having 17 more, bonus points. It's going to be hard to overcome for these guys, but certainly it's going to be an interesting run here to the finish.
For sure. And that's going to do it here tonight from Las Vegas. On behalf of Sim Racing Media and the Race of the Elite, I'm Alan Bergen, and alongside me is Jordan Burkell. And as the great late Tony Sherpasso would always say, as you walk through life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.